morning, year one. Today we are learning another addition and subtraction strategy. Can you all please pretend to put on your strategy backpack? We know that in our strategy backpack, we carry all the different strategies that we can pull out to help us solve a problem. A strategy is a way that we can work something out. So in phonics, our strategies are like chunky monkey, flippy dolphin, eagle eye, phoneme fingers. They're all different ways that we can work out what an unfamiliar word says when we're reading. But in maths, a strategy is a way that we can solve a maths problem. Maybe problem solving, maybe addition, show me addition arms. Maybe subtraction, show me subtraction arms. Tell me some other words for subtraction, call them out. Takeaway, minus, the difference between. Difference between is something we're going to be learning about this week. Tell me some different words for addition, call them out. Plus, all together, add. All right. The split strategy is the strategy we're going to be learning today. Now, some of you may have already seen this strategy, and for others, it may be very new. It's quite a challenging strategy for year one. Split strategy is a strategy that we can use when we're trying to add two-digit or more numbers. So if I'm just adding two one-digit numbers, such as 4 plus 5, I'm probably not going to use the split strategy. I might use a different strategy such as my fingers, maybe holding the biggest number in my brain and counting on, maybe drawing out a quick number line, maybe using counters. They're strategies I might use when I'm adding two one-digit numbers. But if I'm adding or subtracting two-digit numbers such as 23 and 54, remember, a digit is a number inside the number. So like 23 has the digit 2 and the digit 3 inside the number. So two-digit numbers might be like 23 plus 45. Or two three-digit numbers might be like 345 plus 624. They've got 3 digits inside each number. And that's when I might like to use the split strategy. The split strategy can be used for both addition and subtraction. And it works by splitting apart the tens and adding and subtracting them, and then splitting apart the ones and adding and subtracting them, both separately, before combining those two numbers back together to create the total. Let's have a look at some worked examples. If I have the number sentence 46 plus 33 equals 79, I can represent those two numbers like this using my MAB materials. Here we have 46. Let's count it together just to double check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. This here is my first number, 46, represented with MAB blocks. I'm going to add these blocks together with my 46, and I want to work out how many blocks I now have altogether. Let's check down here. Do we have this second number represented? 10, 20, 30, count with me, 31, 32, 33. Beautiful voices. Yes, I have 33 represented down here with my MAB blocks. Let's have a look at how we can use the split strategy to add these two amounts together. First, I'm going to add my orange tens blocks. So I'm just ignoring my yellow ones blocks for a moment. So it's like I'm adding the 4 from 46, this part, and the 3 from 33, this part, which means I'm really adding 40, because I know if I skip count by 10, this is 40 plus 30. If you can work out really quickly in your head what 40 plus 30 is, that's going to help you with your maths today. I could use my skip counting. I could hold the biggest number in my head, 40, and skip count on 3 more tens, 50, 60, 70. Next, I'm going to add my ones. These are my little yellow blocks, also known as unit blocks. We can call them ones or units. So this part of the number is represented over here. I had 6 here. I can see it in my number form up here, and I can see it in block form here. So I'm just going to add this part of the number next to this part of the number. So it's like 6 plus 3. Can you see that over here? 6 plus 3, and written in a number sentence up here. 6 plus 3, to work that out, I can use friends of 10. I know 6 plus 4 is 10, and 3 is 1 less, so that's going to be 9. Or I can use my finger strategy. 6 plus 3, how many fingers are up now? 9. So now I have the number 70 and 9. I added the 10s first, and then I added the 1s next. And I've got the answers 70 and 9. So to work out the total answer, all I have to do when I'm using the split strategy is now add those two amounts, those two answers together. 70 plus 9. Here's the 70, here's the 9. 70 plus 9 equals 79. So the answer to my original number sentence, 46 plus 33 equals 79. And that's how you do the split strategy. We're going to work through a couple more examples, but I want you to hold in your head that this is a challenging example, or this is a challenging strategy for Year 1 students. If you are learning this and you're like, yes, Mrs. Topman, I get it. Thanks for your super clear explanation. Well, that's wonderful. But if you need to practice lots of questions with mom or dad to really get your head around how to do the split strategy, that is absolutely normal too. This is a challenging strategy in Year 1. All right, this was an addition example. See how there's the plus sign? So it's addition. Let's have a go at using the split strategy for subtraction. This is the question. Now, you might be given just the number sentence without the MAB picture, and you could still use the split strategy if you're only given a number sentence. Let's read this out together. 67 take away 42 equals. Here they've drawn that out in MAB blocks. So we have 67 take away 42, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. First, we're going to take away 40. So have a look. I can do that by crossing out. Another strategy you can use is drawing a picture, and then you can physically cross out when you're taking away. Or if you've got counters, you can physically take them away. There are other strategies you can use besides split strategy. But if you think you're up to split strategy, this is a mental strategy. You work it out in your head. And some people in Year 1 I know are very good at their mental maths. So first I'm going to work with my tens columns, my tens blocks. So I can picture this as like 60, take away 40. I had 60, I've taken away 10, 20, 30, 40. How many are left? 10, 20, 20. So I wrote the answer there. Next, I'm going to work with my units blocks, my ones blocks. What's in the unit column of this number? 7. What's in the unit column of this number? 2. So I need to next do 7, take away 2. Here are my 7 blocks. I'm going to cross out 2. How many are left? Call it out. 5. So now that I've worked out my tens separately to my ones, I combine those two numbers. I had 20 and 5. So I'm going to add 20 and 5 together to equal 25. So the answer to my original question, 67, take away 42, equals, what's my answer at the very end? 25. Mrs. Topman has an oat in her throat. Long vowel O. All right. You have now seen that worked with MAB materials. If you are at school and you have the MAB materials, you might like to pause the video now and play with some examples of building with the actual blocks, the numbers, and physically adding them together and taking them apart so that you can see in your brain how numbers are represented with those MAB blocks. If you're at home, you probably don't have the MAB blocks. That's okay. I might try and find a website. I'll see if I can and post it below in Sector where you can digitally manipulate the numbers so you can get in your head an example, an idea of what the numbers look like in block form. But the great thing about the split strategy is you can do it without blocks. You can do it without pictures. You can do it when all you have is the number sentence and your clever, clever brain. Let's look, if you had the number sentence 27 plus 42, how would you use the split strategy to work it out? Well, I know first I need to add my tens. I know that this isn't just a 2, it's actually 20. And I know this isn't just 4, it's actually 40. So first I'm going to go 20 plus 40 and get my answer for that. I always add my tens first. Next I'm going to add my ones column. This is my ones column. So I add the ones column from this number with the ones column from that number. 7 plus 2, let's get that answer. I wonder if you called it out and you beat me. Equals 9. Now what am I going to do? Maybe you can tell mum or dad, or if you're at school, pop your hand up. We don't have many at school, but if you do, you don't want to miss out. I wonder if you said next I need to add these two answers together. 60 plus 9 equals, call it out. Wonder if you beat me, 69. So the original answer to my question, 27 plus 42 equals, all the way down here, call it out, 69. Let's work through now our subtraction split strategy example. And I'm going really fast, and this is quite a challenging concept. So you might like to rewatch this video a couple of times, work through some extra examples with mum and dad, and I have some examples, some maths work for you to do today to really get the split strategy in your brain. This is our last example we're going to do. If you were given just the number sentence written out, let's read it together. 86 take away 33 equals, what would you do first? Tell mum or dad. Tell the teacher at school. First of all, you would take away the tens column. So I know that this 8 isn't just 8, it's actually 80. I can imagine there's a 0 here. And I know this 3 isn't just 3, it's actually 30. I can imagine there's a 0 there. So really what it's asking me is 80 take away 30. Once you've got that answer, next you're going to do the units columns. 6 take away 3 equals 3. And once you've got that answer, you're going to just add these two numbers together. 50 plus 3 equals 53. So the split strategy is about splitting up a number, pulling it apart into its place value parts, its tens and its ones, and first of all, subtracting the 10 from each number, and then subtracting or plussing whatever the symbol in the middle is, the ones column number, and then adding those two numbers together to equal your end product, which is your answer for the number sentence. All right, today what I've got for you, you can pause this video, work through this example on the screen. I'm quickly going to flick through the answers in a moment so you can check your work. And then what I want you to do is there'll be two things on Seesaw to do. The first one is a worksheet. Now, it's a couple of pages long. Last time I attached on Seesaw a worksheet that was a couple of pages. Some people thought it was only one page and they just completed their first piece of work, and I had to send it back and say, there's some more pages. Go back and redo the rest of your work, please. So make sure you click through and complete all the pages. It's going to have some split strategy questions. You can pull it apart into this kind of process. So several number sentences to complete this, or you can draw it with your MAB blocks and cross out if you're doing subtraction, or add it all together if you're doing addition. But I don't just want to see the answer, I want to see your working out, whether that's through a series of number sentences like this or through drawing MAB blocks. After you've done that worksheet, there will be some problem-solving cards. Now, I'm going to attach a lot of pages of these so that there's some different levels for today's learning. If you find this really, really easy, you can fly through and complete all the pages. If you find this really hard, you might just do today's worksheet with the number sentences and don't even worry about the problem solving cards. They might be a bit too tricky for you right now, and that's okay. I'd rather you get a grasp on how to use the split strategy in number sentence form before you go on to the next level of your problem solving cards. So there'll be those two resources. Definitely complete the first one. The second one, the problem solving cards, are optional. Or you might like to just complete one page of the problem solving cards or fly through and be a math superstar and complete them all. Have fun with your learning today, Year 1.